All right, guys, on this edition of Too Scared to Ask, here's another common one. Why do I have to move out of the way when I'm rolling extra upper belt? Okay, this is a pretty simple one, right? So it's a seniority thing, okay? So that upper belt has been there, maybe let's say they're a brown belt, they've been there 8, 10 years, right? And you've been there a month or 2 months, you're, a white belt, right? So it's just a matter of seniority and respecting the upper belts, right? So it's one of those things like, depending on where you train, sometimes mat space can get a little packed, right? So it's one of those things. It's like you've been going to that school academy for 10 plus years. You're a brown belt, and that person comes in and maybe month one, day one, however long they've been there, right? So it's just a matter of respecting those higher belts, giving them the right of way, right? And a lot of times, honestly, more times than not, when you're the higher belt and the lower belt, it runs into you. It's honestly because the lower belts are being a little spazzy, or they're not being mindful of their spacing, right? Where they're at in the mats, right? If it's a little more crunched, they're not concerned like where the other people at. Most of the time, not all times, most of the time it's the higher belts that are looking to their side and making sure like these white belts that are getting a little spazzy and a little crazy don't get too close to them, someone doesn't get kicked in the head, right? So it's one of those things, it's a respect thing, it's a seniority thing, right? However, also, you just have to be mindful of your space, right? So just because you're a higher belt doesn't mean you should fling into a white belt and kick them in the head, right? You should also be mindful, where you're at on the mats and not, just to get this guard pass or just to get, the submission go crazy and then injure somebody next to you, right? So again, even being a higher belt, I think you should still be aware where you're at on the mat and do your best to, limit injury, especially if you're in a tight quarters. However, if you're getting close and you have two sets of people that are rolling and you're getting closer and closer and closer, those lower belts should move, right? That's just tradition. That's the seniority of jiu-jitsu.